In a dramatic turn of events that no one saw coming, the courtroom was thrown into utter chaos as international pop sensation Justin Bieber took the stand and dropped bombshell after bombshell, naming powerful celebrities who he claims misused, manipulated, and betrayed him during the early and peak years of his career. The moment he mentioned names like Ellen DeGeneres, Kim Kardashian, and Sean Diddy Combs, the packed courtroom gasped, jaws dropped, and even the judge momentarily paused in disbelief. Cameras weren't allowed inside, but sources say the energy in the room was electric, like something straight out of a Hollywood. The singer, now 31, appeared calm but visibly emotional as he testified under oath in a highly publicized case that started as a dispute over a breached contract. However, it quickly snowballed into something far deeper, more disturbing, and potentially industry-shaking. What was expected to be a routine legal battle between Bieber and a former business associate escalated dramatically when his legal team submitted sealed documents revealing shocking allegations about how some of the entertainment industry's most powerful figures allegedly misused their influence over him when he was just a teenager trying to navigate. The courtroom was packed with journalists, legal experts, and a handful of celebrities quietly sitting in the back rows, their identities obscured under hoodies and sunglasses. As Bieber walked up to the witness stand, escorted by his legal team, there was a strange hush that fell over the room, as if everyone sensed that history was about to be made. And then, with the world watching, Justin began to say, I was 15 years old when I first met Ellen, Bieber said, referencing his first viral interview on the Ellen DeGeneres show. I thought she was helping me, guiding me, but behind the scenes there was another story. She put me in situations I wasn't comfortable with. I was just a kid, and I didn't know how to say no. She used me for ratings, for clout, and for her. His voice trembled as he recalled moments where he was allegedly forced to act happy, cheerful, and grateful, while battling anxiety and pressure so immense it drove him into dark places. Bieber described a pattern of exploitation, claiming he was turned into a money machine by people who didn't care about his mental health or personal boundaries, just his fame and profit. The courtroom murmured when Kim Kardashian's name came up next. Bieber alleged that certain celebrities, including Kim, used his fame and youthful image to boost their own brands and relevance. There were staged appearances, forced photo ops, and situations that made me uncomfortable. I was told it was good for my image, but no one asked what was good. Bieber's legal team then projected a series of emails and messages onto the court screen, allegedly showing communications between publicists and Hollywood executives discussing how to leverage Bieber's fame to promote other stars and media outlets. Among the documents was one message allegedly tying Diddy to a controversial promotional event Bieber was reportedly coerced into attending at just 16 years. As Diddy's name echoed through the courtroom, spectators gasped audibly. Bieber's lawyer claimed the rapper and media mogul promised mentorship, but instead manipulated the young star into promotional deals and appearances under the guise of helping him build connections. Bieber recounted nights he was invited to private parties where he felt out of place and unsafe, saying, "They said I needed to be seen, that it was good for the brand. But I was just a kid, confused, scared, and trying to make people." The proceedings continued with a flurry of reactions on social media. Hashtags like #JusticeForBieber, Hollywood Exposed, and Bieber testimony started trending worldwide. Fans, industry insiders, and even former collaborators began weighing in. Some defended the celebrities named, calling Bieber's testimony one-sided and emotionally charged. Others expressed support, praising him for speaking out and bringing long-hidden truths into Hollywood insiders now fear that Bieber's testimony could spark a chain reaction, leading more former child stars and young artists to come forward with their own stories. Already, whispers are surfacing that other celebrities, including Miley Cyrus, Demi Lovato, and Lindsay Lohan, may testify or release statements in support of Bieber's claims. An extraordinary twist that has gripped the world's attention, pop icon Justin Bieber took the witness stand in a courtroom that erupted with gasps, murmurs, and palpable tension. What began as a legal battle over a management dispute swiftly evolved into a high-stakes exposé of Hollywood's dark underbelly. Within moments of his sworn testimony, Bieber had done what many thought unthinkable. He directly named some of the most powerful figures in the entertainment industry and accused them of misusing, manipulating, and exploiting him during the courtroom, located in downtown Los Angeles, was overflowing with media personnel, legal experts, and shocked observers. Everyone from legal analysts to former entertainment executives watched closely as Bieber, composed but clearly emotional, gave voice to years of what he described as silent suffering behind the spotlight. When he named Ellen DeGeneres, Kim Kardashian, and Sean Diddy Combs, audible gasps broke out in the courtroom, prompting the judge to call for order. Bieber, now a married man and one of the best-selling music artists of the decade, has long been viewed as someone who rose from humble beginnings into global superstardom. But in his riveting testimony, he described a very different journey, one lined with manipulation, psychological control, and immense pressure from the very individuals the public believed were supporting. I was 15 years old when I first appeared on The Ellen Show, Bieber began, his voice steady but firm. I thought it was going to be a light-hearted introduction to the world, a fun interview with someone I looked up to, but things quickly took. He recounted how, during the first few months of his fame, he was ushered into photo ops, behind-the-scenes interviews, and marketing strategies without much say in the matter. Bieber claimed Ellen and her producers scheduled him for repeated appearances, at times filming segments that were never aired but used for promotion. They called it mentorship, he said, but it felt like I was a prop, something. According to Bieber, he was urged to adopt a specific image, the adorable, unthreatening teen heartthrob, to align with commercial expectations. But behind the scenes, he said, the pressure was overwhelming. If I expressed anxiety or fatigue, I was told to smile through it, to be grateful. But no one stopped to ask me how I was acting. Turning his attention to Kim Kardashian, Bieber explained how the reality star's empire intersected with his fame in ways that felt engineered and exploitative. There were a series of events where I was invited to hang out with her and her family, he said. But the photos were always timed, the appearances always calculated. I later found out there were media deals involved, exposure that was good for her brand. I felt. Bieber detailed how every move he made during those years was watched, strategized, and monetized, often without his full understanding or consent. His testimony suggested that entire teams of publicists, brand managers, and executives viewed him as a commodity rather than a human being. I was in meetings where I wasn't allowed to speak. People negotiated my life, my image, my future, while I sat there, But perhaps the most explosive testimony came when he named Sean Diddy Combs. The room fell silent as Bieber recounted a now infamous private party he attended at just 16 years old. He described being picked up in a luxury vehicle, taken to a lavish Beverly Hills estate, and being surrounded by celebrities twice. I was told it was just a networking event, but I didn't belong there, Bieber said, pausing as emotion cracked through his voice. There were things going on in that house that a teenager shouldn't have to witness. I felt out of place. I felt scared. But I was told to smile, to mingle, because it was good. He continued. Diddy said he was going to show me the ropes in the industry. But looking back, it felt more like grooming. He introduced me to people who were powerful, yes, but not always with the best in. The judge, sensing the impact of the testimony, gave the court a recess, allowing everyone, including Bieber, to collect themselves. Outside, protesters and supporters gathered, holding signs that read, "Protect child stars," and "Hollywood needs a." Social media exploded with reactions. Former Disney stars like Bella Thorne and Cole Sprouse tweeted in support of Bieber, hinting that his experience wasn't unique. Been there. Felt that. Proud of JB for speaking truth, Thorne wrote. Sprouse shared a cryptic message: the entertainment industry isn't just broken, it's predatory. Meanwhile, representatives for Ellen DeGeneres, Kim Kardashian, and Diddy issued brief statements, each denying the allegations and claiming they had always acted with professionalism and care. Ellen's publicist wrote, We are shocked by these claims and will respond appropriately through legal channels. Kim's testimony a mischaracterization of friendly interactions, while Diddy's camp vehemently denied any inappropriate conduct, dismissing the claims as fabricated. Still, the world is watching. More hearings are scheduled, and speculation is swirling about whether Bieber will name more individuals in future testimonies. Sources close to the case say the singer has a list of at least 6 additional names, some of whom are even more powerful than those already mentioned. As the courtroom doors slowly closed behind Justin Bieber, the weight of his words continued to echo through the hearts of millions around the world. What was once a polished fairy tale of overnight fame had been peeled back to reveal something darker, a painful truth hidden behind the glitter of red carpets and platinum records. The boy the world fell in love with was no longer silent. He had spoken, and what he said may change the entertainment industry forever. In the days following his testimony, ripple effects could already be felt. Conversations began erupting across social media platforms, news outlets, and celebrity circles. Parents of young stars started questioning the contracts they'd signed. Agencies launched internal investigations, and fans, many of whom grew up with Bieber's music, expressed their heartbreak and support for the star who had been carrying secrets for far too long. This wasn't just a celebrity scandal. This was a reckoning, a moment when the world was forced to ask, at what cost do we build our idols? And how many more voices are still afraid to... As for Justin Bieber, sources close to the singer say he's ready for whatever comes next. Whether it's lawsuits, public backlash, or more secrets exposed, he's not running anymore. In fact, he's preparing a full-length documentary, reportedly titled The Price of Fame, which will dive deeper into everything he couldn't say. And while some of Hollywood's biggest names scramble to control the fallout, one thing is clear. This is just the... Because once the silence is broken, the truth can't be ignored. Not